I want to see this. Do I join the live or what?
All right, y'all. What up? Dropping jewels with Goku. I'm one of the dudes here, Rictor, and that's Goku, of course.
What up?
What you think, Goku? What we doing? What is this about?
This is about that real stuff, that stuff that needs to be talked about. You know, we need to cipher not only on the floor, but with each other and interact in a way where we can understand to agree to disagree. You know what I mean?
For sure. So I think today we're just gonna kind of like jump into a little bit about us, and then we're gonna get into maybe some Olympic talk, right?
Yes, sir. We're gonna talk about the Olympics. Yes, we are. I mean, everybody knew that was coming, right? We had to see that coming,
right? It's just a matter of when.
Yeah, and who, right? Like, who's gonna talk about the Olympics?
Yes,
that's right.
So let me just send this link out real quick. Let me make sure Charles is on this, because we live, yo.
We live, bruh.
All right.
There we go.
So now I think we official.
It is official. You tagged. So let's go ahead and make it pop. There we go.
Yeah. All right. So back to what we were just talking about. I'm trying to remember, like, I met you maybe, what, 99? No, 90.
98.
98, right? Yeah. So I met you after I've been to a gym, but I ain't seen nobody break that was like my height or near my height like you. So off the rip, I was like, yo, this is my guy right here. This is my guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So back then, I guess he had 98, man. I was still in high school, just finishing, and then damn, I just said how old I was, but yeah, I got to meet you through our mutual friend Mega Man, right?
Yeah, that's my teacher. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Sensei. Man, I couldn't pick no name with the name Sean in it because of him and all the other cats. Like, Sean was off limits. So shout out to Mega Man, though. Much love. Miss you, dude.
Yo. Peace, seafood, peace.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think back then, 98, I met you. And I entered my first jam probably about in Fresno. And I remember it was a big deal because you were like, yo, I win all Fresno jams. So I can't enter. I can't enter if you gonna enter, I can't enter. And I was like, yo, this is my first jam, I'm scared shitless. And you were like super supportive, man, and that shit was crazy. And then Ivan was there on the mic. That was insane, man. That was insane. That's like my biggest memory of you.
And that's probably like some of the like best times of my life, you know, 98, you know, entering everything out in here in Fresno and kind of being the most decorated champ, I guess, in this area, even till this day, you know. And that's humbly speaking. That's not like, both. You know, I was a little rough around the edges as a kid, you know, a go-getter, of course. But hey, that's kind of how you got to be, you know, growing up in certain areas of the world, right?
Right. You gotta adapt.
And you know, that was like, I guess, maybe telling you, you know, as a young buck, hey, look. This is what I do. This is who I am. So if you want it, come and get it, right?
Yeah. Like, it was known when I went to Fresno. Like, this is your turf. Like, if I'm a step aside, you gotta represent. So that was like some more pressure, but it was good pressure. It was pressure I needed. You know what I mean? So like, just first off, thank you for that. And I guess going from that, we were just kicking it more often at like practices, right?
Yeah, I mean, you know, just building together over the years, and just kind of. You know, every time I was in the Bay, that's another thing, you know, entered a lot of things out in the Bay. So, of course, you know, I'm going to kick it with my people, which, you know, you grew on me and Mega Man. So, you know, we're going to keep you around, right?
Yeah.
And it wasn't always about, like, kicking it with, like, some type of cliquish people, you know. And it was always just about being around those that were able to be our friend and you know, just stay loyal in those, you know, in those times, because, you know, hey, doesn't matter like where you're from. Like, if you can't be around people you can trust, then
you can't be around them.
Can't be around them, you know. And that's just the code of the street for me out here. I'm not going to walk on the west side of Fresno without some cats that I know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's just how it is.
For sure. No, that's real. It's basically like, you got to click up with really who you click up with. And I think we all start b-boying like with some homies, and then eventually some homies are just like, don't want to do it no more, but you got to find some other people you can trust. And that's a whole process itself. You know what I mean? But it's friends for life generally.
And the process for me, just going, seeing people come and go, that's always been kind of like a rough thing for me, because you got high hopes for everybody that you come across. And, but what it really boils down to, I think, is, determination, will, and what you want out of it. Sometimes, you might not achieve, that status, within the community of hip hop or breaking, not to separate the two, but sometimes people do. And, you always like either find a good friend out of it or you don't,
Yeah. Everyone has like a different experience going through it.
Right. For sure.
Some similar, some not. Oh man. So, let's see. Got to give shout outs to the squads, right? Climax, Soul Control.
Yo, man, let's do that first off.
Like, we didn't even do that yet, like the squad.
Yeah, we can shout them out. Peace to, I would say, all the 209, original 209, original 559 cats. I just want to shout out, the original crew members, Fab Five, original Climax members. You guys know who you are. All my soul controllers from, to the north, to the south, to the mid, to, overseas. Peace to you guys. Without you guys, I mean, Fresno breaking, Central Valley breaking really wouldn't be what it is. And, God, man, there's just so many people to name. Let me just start. We got Little Mike, we got Flip Duke, we got JR, we got Pablo, we got, Footloose, we got Marcio, we got Eric, we got Rudy. I mean, man, we can go on and on. We got AWACS, Lee. Got the, my original crew from Fresno was DIS. Heavily involved with the Hmong culture. Peace to all my Hmong b-boys, from the Central Valley to wherever, Minnesota. God bless you guys, and thank you for actually paving the way for me and my crew. You know what I mean? And I still hold tight to my Hmong b-boy roots. I really do. Peace to Slow, one of my biggest mentors out here, and all my little brothers, Yoshi, Jamers. Man, got love for you, and it's like, I think people don't really tap into that, like where they come from. And I'm glad that I've kept that close, because I'm able to go to these people's houses and build with their families, things like that. Mm-hmm.
And that's why it's a big deal. You always got to big them up when you get the chance, and what better chance than right now, you know what I mean? Starting to show off, got to give props.
I mean, Fresno wouldn't be what it is without Hmong b-boys or the Asian community. It wouldn't really be what it is,
Yeah.
And I've always said that in interviews or whatnot. I mean, you see so many talented individuals come out of here, and sometimes, like we said, they never get the chance to do something major. And but if I'm sitting in this seat, being able to tell the world, hey, look, this is where we come from. This is how I started, me and my whole crew, my brothers. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, man. To me, I see it like, that wall at the CIA, they got them little stars for everybody. So not everybody made it, you know what I mean? But at least we should make sure everybody gets a star up there real quick. You got to do that, you know what I mean? So I guess that's a pretty good intro. I know we're going to get more into us a little later as we do more of these. Should we get into some Olympic talk real quick?
Yeah, man. Let's get talking on it,
I think you need to put me on game. I'm kind of late to this. I don't really know what's going on, but,
Well, I mean,
it's been a shitstorm lately.
It's a shitstorm, man. I mean, it's a shitstorm to who though? Like, and honestly, man, like the shitstorm has to kind of come to an end and just let people need to let it flow. Honestly, the flow has to exist. I see people talking about energy. I see people talking about like positivity, and you don't know how to read that here because it could be fake positivity. Yeah. Nobody ever talks about that. Everybody's always talking about like be positive, but you really can't tell like on Facebook or Instagram or any other type of social media platform what people are really feeling or what people are really saying, because you can't see the facial expressions, you can't see their mannerisms within what they're trying to say.
Yeah, the body language, all that's kind of lost in context. Yeah, for sure, man. Okay, so this has to have been brewing, right? Let's say, when did this kind of just first get on the map that you know of? Like 2010, or you know what I mean? Like just even the inklings of this. Because I know this has been brewing. This can't just popped off like out of nowhere. You know what I mean?
I mean, you know what? First off, big ups to whoever started this little movement with the Olympics, man. Big ups to whoever did it, because I know for sure it wasn't me.
Respect.
So, yeah, and you know what? People might say, oh, yeah, well, he supports it. Well, of course I do. I mean, I am an athlete, for one. I played baseball 12 years of my life. Being a Southeast side kid, if you didn't play soccer, you didn't play baseball, you didn't play football, you didn't wrestle, you didn't do things like that, then what was you doing in the 80s and 90s,
Yeah.
And that's kind of how we earned our stripes in the hood out here. If not with these, then it was like, are you good at this? Are you good at that?
Yeah.
So when I think about it, it's been brewing for a while. I think people, responding to it lately don't really understand that it has been in the process.
Yeah.
All things take time.
Deaths.
All things take time. We all start from somewhere. This dance, the culture has started from somewhere. So when you think about how young we are as a culture, how young we are as a dance, I mean, wow. We still got a lot more to go.
For sure. Yeah, but I mean, if you think about other competitive dances, like ballroom could have easily been trying to have this fight to get into something like that. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
That's easy to just bring them in, do their thing, have them come out, score them up. Like, but for us as a culture, to me, that's a win, man. Like, I've kind of been on the outside, but that's a win. You know what I mean?
You know what, Sean? Listen, man, I'm gonna be 100 about it. You see people complaining about what sports are not making it into the Olympics. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about the normal person talking about our dance being involved with the Olympics, right? So they're shitting on it already. People that know nothing about the culture of hip hop, for one, and still look at breaking as break dancing. And hey, isn't that old? Think about, like, if they're trying to explain to us about cultural lack, that we're behind in time, but they don't understand how ignorant they're coming off. The common person, the normal person, is coming off so ignorant, talking about us being involved. And with all the shitstorms going on lately within our own community, I'm like, yo, you guys need to read into the other stuff that's going on before you start attacking one another.
Yeah.
Let's educate before we start talking about one another and what's wrong, where money's going, influx of this, who's going to judge this, who's going to be a coach. Oh, me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Stop with that. Let's educate these people. If you are an educator of the dance, why not educate the people you're teaching and their families? One. Let's do that. Let's start there first, okay? Because you might get an argument there. You know what I'm saying? So why waste energy with people that are trying to actively push the culture forward or the dance forward, right? When you have so many other people that you can kind of like school. Take them to school first. Take these people that know nothing about us to school.
Yep.
That's all.
No, right? Man, I think that's just dead on. That's dead on, man. Like,
let me put my glasses on. real quick,
Right,
bro.
right. You need to get in that
All
zone.
right. What? Boom. You know what I'm saying? Bye. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
man.
yeah.
So people that are against it, not here to really like start clapping back or nothing like that, but it's more like a lot of them kind of like, from what I'm seeing, I'm gonna kind of be like the devil's advocate a little bit or whatever, but they're saying like, oh, that whole essence and like, you're gonna like hustle people in to like battle and then like hustle them out, like what people kind of been bringing up. And I just think if anything we can address this stuff, talk about even solutions or just perspectives, like, I see you can see it that way, but maybe see it this way, and then we could kind of like break it down to them, like, so for example, like, what do you kind of think as a retort to that, where they're just hauling them in, they don't there's no ciphers, you know what I mean, like they just have to basically come out in their suits, their jumpsuits, or whatever people are imagining, right? People are already imagining all this. What would you have to say to just like that part of it?
Let me go into a little bit of my personal life with that question, okay?
For sure.
So, being from Fresno, right? There's so many non-believers in hip hop out here. There's so many non-believers in the dance of breaking. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when I think about my struggle coming up, trying to explain to people that there's so much beauty in what I do and passing it on to other people, because I get to see the world.
Yeah.
I get to see the world's best B-boys and B-girls, man. Like, I can't tell you how blessed I am. And that's not no fake shit. That's some real shit right there.
Yeah, for sure.
So when I think about that, and I mean, just trying to educate these people out here, that's one battle for me.
Yeah.
But with that being said, and I'm being the one traveling, right?
Yeah.
So I've traveled so many different countries. How would you know what something's going to be like if you've never left Fresno?
Right.
How would you know about anything if you've never left your comfort zone? So with all those people talking about, oh, well, there's not going to be no ciphers. It's not going to be a real party. It's not going to be a real event. Are you serious, man? Like, if you didn't go to the Youth Olympics, how would you know what it's going to be like in the 2024 Olympics? Okay, because honestly, trust the process. Let's just give them the benefit of the doubt and say, hey, look, this is going to be dope.
Right.
And what if we opened up the hearts and the minds of those people who've actually been cultural lags within the Olympics, the IOC?
Mm-hmm.
What if we, you know what I'm saying? What if we open up, I don't know, like the dance department in the Olympics? What if we open up minds and hearts to these people and they want to see what real ciphers are like?
Yeah.
We really want to get down with us in the cipher. So we just going to continue to be asses and turn them off to that and be like, no, you're not invited because you ain't, you're not from the Bronx. And, I don't know.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I don't know. Like, I just know when it comes down to it, just to treat people the way you want to be treated and give people a chance. And, and I'm not even involved with the damn Olympics, but people have attacked me already. Like I'm a part of it. And I'm like, man, I'm just, what am I doing to like, you know what I'm saying? Like scare you, or bother you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy that people just got like mad offensive, like on the offense, like. So you're getting tagged up and stuff, like.
Yeah. I mean, people have approached me. I'm not gonna lie about that. People have I've read things. I don't want to talk about myself too much, but honestly, like, if people are out there already saying, "Oh, we can't trust this guy's opinion," or he's already been, he worked for this person or worked for that, man. I work for my damn self for one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't nobody employ me but me. You know what I'm saying? So like, out here in Fresno, it's like I gotta hustle my butt off to sit here and provide for my family, which I don't make no excuses for that.
Right.
And wherever help that I get, whatever help that is given, I try my best to give it back. I try to live a fair life, a balanced life. And when I see these people kind of attack me, I'm kind of like, look, man, like I'm just saying I support this and I think it would be great. Yeah, maybe I have that athletic perspective, you know.
Yeah.
Because a lot of my first friends in life are athletes. Some of my mentors are Olympic athletes. You know what I'm saying? Like they're, so like, yeah, I have that perspective. I'm sorry. I mean, people judge me for doing a bunch of power moves when I was a kid, but
I remember that.
hey, I was trying to top rock my ass off, you know, and with very little guidance, with very little like, instruction or anything. I'm from Central Valley. We only knew so much, man, in 1993.
Right.
We knew about Little Caesar. We knew about Air Force Crew. We knew about Orko and Willpower. We knew about like Robbie from, Delivery Boys. We knew about cats on the West Coast because it's not like we had that plane ticket or the golden ticket like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. We wasn't getting flown anywhere, Yeah. So what do you expect us to really know? I mean, some of us didn't even have TVs or VCRs or, to watch these so-called whoever's. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hate me if you want to, but I'm just saying, hey, bro, like I was hood, I was ghetto, I was rough. And when I think about it, with the opportunity of possibly being involved with the Olympics, yes, I would love to be. But I'm not going to throw all my chips on it like as if it's going to happen right now. I got to worry about right now, not about 5 years.
Yeah.
If I'm approached and they're like, hey, Charles, like, would you like to judge? Yeah, I have those stripes. I mean, would you like to be a coach? Yeah, here I already actually have something written up, and I have a little regimen for these B-boys and B-girls if they want to get down. Hey, yeah, I have something. It's better to be prepared than not be.
Exactly. And I like to like zoom in and zoom out on like situations. And to me, when I look at this, I'm like, what if there's some people in the IOC that are like they grew up into hip hop and they're just part of the IOC?
And for these boys and B girls, if they want to get down, hey, you gotta have something. Right.
So like, what if those B boys and B girls maybe for only like a couple of years in college or in high school, but they ended up being in the IOC and they're like, yo, why not? Like hip hop's spread. Everybody knows about it. People have grown up now on it, right? So that influence is going to start to infiltrate in all kinds of things, and not infiltrate in a bad way, but more like just infiltrate like it's just rooted. It's rooted in a lot of things that just start, right? So why not? Maybe some of the IOC people grew up into hip hop. Now they're older. They can make some of these decisions, and they're like, "Yo, we're down with that." Like,
but see, that tells you how shallow people be thinking, right?
Yeah.
Like, they don't really think about some of the age groups that are actually running the IOC, or like they act like these people are I don't know, born in a room without any parents.
yeah, they're like 90-year-old white men that don't know nothing about nothing, and they just pick stuff. Like,
yeah, exactly, right? Like, I mean, they have to with our age group. They have to. Right now, I'm guessing that some of these guys were born, around the time that hip hop was birthed.
Right?
Or when the term was being used. I don't know. Like,
exactly.
But I'm sure, like,
exactly,
that even the Olympics want to have a little bit more style. They want to be a little bit more fresh, right? Like, can we just put the positive energy into like believing that this is going to happen?
Yeah.
Or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's just where I'm at with that. And the possibilities are endless with me. Like, honestly, I'm able to do whatever I want to do. When it comes to the dance, and I think I've earned my right for that, but and I don't have to explain that to everybody.
No. You just got to do what you do. That's it. That's all you got to do. You know what I mean?
Like we're doing right now.
What's up?
I said like we're doing right now.
Oh, yeah. Exactly. So, just like, looking at that Olympics thing even a little more, it's going to create these opportunities. It's going to make more people want to break, want to get good, want to get into competition, right? Like, it's just crazy, like you said earlier, man. Like people made such a rash decision when one, we're 5 years away. That's a long time.
Man.
Two, like let's just see what happens. Let's see what happens. You know what I mean? If it's that bad, we can revolt and just say no, we don't mess with that no more, right?
I mean, when you think about it, the IOC could actually revolt on us, right?
Yeah.
And so when you think about it, what we talked about this already, you know, in 15 minutes ago, where they could actually say, hey, we don't want break-in 2028. But see, like people aren't thinking that far ahead.
Yeah.
And so I'm hoping that, you know, this is a good run for us, you know. But if we don't stay actively involved within the Olympics, that's okay too.
True.
And you know, it's because we're always going to be involved. That's the thing. If you love this, you're always going to follow it. You're always going to be involved some type of way. You know, I've talked about retiring when I'm 40, and you know, I just don't see myself breaking hardcore the way I have been for 26 years, man. I just don't see it like after 40. I have other things that I want to do with my life, you know, and it has nothing to do with, you know, hating something or, you know, it's just all about just moving forward with my life. And if there's not a spot for me within the community, you know, if this thing grows, fine. I'll be in the bleachers watching somebody's kid, my kid, your kid, cheering for him. Like, yo, peace, man. That's dope. You know, like,
yeah,
that's where we should be as grown people, as grown men.
Yeah, definitely. I think for me, like speaking about me, I think that stepping away but keeping tabs, it was like hard. It was weird at first, but you know what I mean? Like, I can't help it. Like, if I loved that shit, it's not easy just to walk away, right? So like, that's what I'm saying. So like, for us to like leave and not leave in a sense of like competition or that kind of stuff, it's like, yo, it's not that bad to just hang out still, be around, pop up at a jam. You know what I'm saying? Like go support some cats. You have nothing in the race, not your homie entering, or you know, just go kick it. And
dude, like think about this. Yo, Rakim comes here like once every 2 years, 3 years, or something like that. I'm always there. You know, we have like a local artist out here, Fashawn, really dope. Signed to Massive Pill Records with Nas. You know, I know his.
It's crazy.
You know, Aaron Harkanian, like I know him. You know, I know people like Sam Hansen out here, he works for the baseball team. And he has done so many great things with events as well. Both of them, and you know. Just Sam used to like do things for Kanye, you know, like, I mean, so when I think about it, I'll always be involved with the culture. Like I'll always have the culture. So it doesn't really matter, you know, like how hard I'm breaking, you know, it really doesn't, because hip hop for one is like what I love. Breaking is a part of what I love.
Yeah, exactly.
And, you know, yo, man, I love like my mentor, one of my biggest teachers, the person that started my crew. His name is Angelino. We call him Flip Duke, Jefe. You know, like he's the man. He makes beats, bro. Like he just makes dope beats. He has like thousands of them on his computer.
Sick.
Breaking barriers in the 90s. You know, you couldn't be Mexican hanging out with a bunch of Asians, you know, and then expect to be kicking it with Mexicans after that. No, this cat took risks. Yo, that's so hip hop to me.
Yeah.
You know, when I think about it, like this dude like should have like he's just got a statue in my heart. You know what I'm saying? So when I think about me stepping away from the dance, yo, like that's all right, because hip hop is what I love. And so when it comes to these Olympics, brother, hey, it's not about like I can do the one-arm air flare, so I should be sitting and you know, whatever, bro. Cool. You know what I mean? Cool. You know?
Crazy, man. Crazy.
Great.
But that's real. That's real. And I'm glad to hear that, like, you know, out of all the venom that's come your way, you got a healthy like perspective on it. You know what I mean? Like not that you just wild out. Just saying in general, like it's dope that you really ain't losing sight of like what's important, and it's hip hop. You know what I mean? Like,
yo, kids love hip hop. They love hip hop. They love the culture. You know, regardless of like how many of offsprings that the culture has produced, kids love something that comes from hip hop, whether it's fashion, you know, whether it's music, whether it's dance, whether it's art, right? You look behind me, I got a fat graph piece. I got 2 of them. Yep. You know, I love graph. Every B-boy should know, every B-girl should know how to tag their name. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my hip hop, you know what I mean? And I mean, I'm always going to be around Fresno to inspire kids, the youth, to tap into the dance, to tap into the culture, right?
Yeah.
There you go. And as long as like you can see yourself doing that, then you doing it right. That's to me, you know.
For sure, man. Man, I think that's a good spot to end it for today, right?
Man, I think I want to do more of these. You know, it's just up to like the people and how they feel with what we're talking about. And it's always going to be some peace and love. If people want to get on here and, you know, share their piece on what they think, you know, the Olympics should be and what it should not be, hit us up.
Yeah.
It's always dropping jewels with Goku. I'll tell you that.
Right. Yeah, you know, IGs are on the screen. Hit them up. Let them know what's good. Yeah, I look forward to doing more of these for sure.
I think we should do something before we end it.
Oh, for sure. What you want to do?
We should pull in an actual Olympic athlete before we go.
Damn. This guy with the ace in the hole. I like that.
Man, I'm about to pull the card right now. I mean, do you got your questions ready?
I think I'm kind of ready for this guy. Wait. Yo, an Olympian?
Let's take a little break. Let me grab this guy. I'll be right back. I thought he was here, but he ain't here.
Oh.
Anyway, maybe we should do that. We can get his perspective on the next one. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And, you know, that would be good for, I guess, our audience to really, like, tap into, you know, an Olympic athlete. You know what I'm saying? Because that's important to get somebody that actually has the experience who's been. You know what I mean?
Who's gone through that whole process.
Because that's a process. When you think about people who act like they know, but they ain't never been there and what they have to prepare for, are you sure you're going to want that responsibility?
Right.
Think about that, right?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, you hear them stories about people that place at the Olympics and they're like, I've been doing this since I was 3. Like, they trained their whole life for this shit. Like,
well, let me give a little rundown of, like, you know, who this person is. Like,
oh, yeah.
You know,
who the homie?
Man, Stephen Abbas, Olympic Hall of Fame wrestler, Wrestling Hall of Fame, I guess that's what I should say, 3-time NCAA champion, silver medalist at the Athens Olympics. Man, this guy has paved the way for a lot of people, and him and his brother Jerry are really, really like they're like legendary people out here in Fresno, and to be so close to them,
that's crazy.
Man, yeah, it's just good. It's just good to have them, you know, at Central Valley, you know, athletes, and just give that perspective. I mean, Steven has like won titles, rings all over the place, and I'd rather listen to an actual artist, you know, of wrestling, you know.
Yeah. Someone who's trained for years, someone who's gone through the process of trials, waiting to know if you're on it, the ride to the Olympics, that whole thing. You're dieting probably. You got to do all this nutritional stuff. You got tests for drugs maybe, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you got probably like all this stuff.
And that's going to be the real burner for people, is to like hear it from somebody that was firsthand.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, we might break some hearts with that one, because I think people think they know what it's going to be like, but you're going to actually have to bleed this to be there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I know that if I'm approached personally, I'm going to do what I have to do to, either push an Olympic team to the #1 spot on that podium, or be the best judge I can possibly be, or even be the best water boy.
Right.
How about that? What's up with that? You know what I'm saying? Yo. But hey, I think this was dope. You know, let's plan on the next one. What you think?
I think we should do another one soon. I think we kind of had an idea maybe about the next topic, maybe like a little grown man talk, a little adulting kind of conversation, talk about hip hop, being a man, that whole thing.
Hey, let's do that. So if you want to get a hold of us, you can go to Goku_Soul Control on IG, or Let's_Cypher on IG. Hashtag DJWG. Yes. Dropping jewels with Goku Rictor. You know what I mean?
Yo, man. So thanks for doing this. I look forward to the next one. We about to shut it down. Thank y'all for watching. Please hit us up. Dropping jewels with Goku. We out. Peace.